My name is Nick, and welcome to my channel where I like to talk about scary stuff. Karen is technically a movie about a black couple who moves into a mostly white neighborhood where they find themselves living next to a racist Karen who is actually named Karen, played by Taryn Manning, and a whole bunch of bullshit ensues.
How the heck did you end up moving to this neighborhood?
Who asked for Karen? Who wanted this movie is my main question. I want to know, why on earth does this exist? Because I remember when this movie was announced and the internet was like, why? And then the trailer came out and we were like, double why. And then this movie came out and it's like, you couldn't even manage to be like a fun, bad time. Again, like, okay, if you are unfamiliar with anything on my channel, I like a lot of bad movies. I like to have fun with movies. And when you do ridiculous things, I like to laugh at them. And I went into Karen ready. Just white wine in hand, popcorn at my side, like just ready to let Karen happen. And before I even get into it, I should shout out Lady Shasha from What Did I Just Watch for letting me know that this movie was uploaded to YouTube. So thankfully I watched it for free because I was not about to pay for Karen, but I was 100% going to watch Karen. Now, bad movie lover me, I thought this movie was going to be a certain thing, and I don't honestly know. Part of me feels as though the filmmakers were like, yeah, let's make like a garbage like Karen Grindhouse movie. And then part of me thinks they were trying to make like the Get Out of Karens. And I just, that alone, I'm like, oh my god. So let's talk about why Karen completely fails. And the biggest problem for me is that our main characters are so boring. They're like the worst characters. I don't even remember them. Who were they? Oh, that's so funny. It's a 2.8 on IMDb. Oh, that's so good. Malik and Amani. Yeah, these two. They were just like so basic. Like they just had no personality. There was like nothing to root for. I mean, obviously it's not like I'm rooting for Karen, but like the movie made Karen into the main character when the main characters should have been the main characters. So basically you have Amani, who is this blogger, and she is the successful one of the two, while Malik works at like a community center with kids or something like cute like that. But basically, you know, he's not really bringing in the money, and it's Amani's career that sort of got them into this very wealthy neighborhood. And I think their main concern is like, yeah, he's having like little dick issues because he's not making the money or whatever. And also he wants to have a kid. And she's like, but I have to post blogs. There's no time for mothering. And it's not compelling at all. It's just not. And every time these two talk to one another, they're like, you are a strong, beautiful, wonderful,
talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
Even as things get worse and worse for them as they deal with Karen, I was still just like bored with them. I was just like, honestly, just shoot this bitch already. Just plot the damn murder and get rid of Karen. Like that, I would have been way more interested in that. Obviously, this movie was not interested in having that much fun, but it should have. So this basically leaves us with Karen, because that was basically the fun that I derived out of this movie with her extremely blatant scenes of racism. I just couldn't help but laugh at this movie. I was like, wow, you're really laying it on thick every single time. Like every opportunity you have, you're just really just pulling some rip from the headlines situations of Karens and just throwing them all into the same movie.
There she is, slaving away in the kitchen.
I've come across some very suspecting teenagers.
Suspecting? And that's hilarious to me. The problem I have is, one, our main characters pretty much take a backseat to the villain who, like, obviously we're not rooting for. There's nothing really good about Karen. There are some interesting things, though. There's some interesting things that I want to get to, but I just couldn't help but laugh my ass off with Taryn Manning's performance, which I gotta give her credit. She really just went in there and was like, let me be a full-on Karen. And I found it funny because Taryn Manning has kind of been typecast as like, she always plays like the white trash character, and here she's like this like upstanding lady of the wealthy community. And I was like, okay, I don't buy it. Missed opportunity. The biggest missed opportunity was, why isn't she blonde? Like, I don't get it. Taryn Manning makes a great blonde. Karen's just, I mean, we just associate, you know, blonde with Karen. I mean, they don't have to be, but still, it's just like, she's very clearly wearing a wig. Why not give her a blonde bob wig? It would have made so much more sense. And I mean, were they thinking, oh, we can't go that far. We can't be that obvious. Because, like, the rest of the movie is pretty fucking obvious, okay? While this movie does not get as ridiculous as I would have liked it to, it is ridiculous in the wrong way. And I can't help but criticize the fact that, like, it seems like it's trying to talk about real world issues and like how racism affects black people in America in like very real ways. Like this scene where Karen straight up, first off, Karen has a brother who is a police officer, which could not be more convenient, but I'm here for it. Keep going, Karen. Keep doing yourself. But she like calls the police on this group of teenagers, like so just straight up so trying to get them shot, like out of nowhere, like so trying to have like the worst things done to them as she can possibly get done. And it's so like, it just felt exploitative. Like this felt like an exploitation horror movie, but like so not in the fun way, which just like really sucked. It didn't earn any of these aspects in any way, which totally took away from the fun and the stupid nature of the movie when it could have been, I think there could have been a good wacky movie in here. But more importantly, if they wanted to actually say some things, I will say, this is my defense of Karen. I think that there is a kernel of a movie in here that could have worked. Now let me explain. I think you could have made an actual character study out of this, considering the fact that this movie was way more concerned with Karen than fucking Amani and whoever. You know, it's like this whole movie is focused on all of Karen's, you know, all of the shit she's doing, all of her like stalking of the neighbors and her meetings with her brother, trying to like set shit up and whatever. And I felt like this is a spoiler for Karen, like you care. I won't spoil the entire movie, but this is what I thought was the best scene in the film. And it's that Karen is like the president of like the housing association or whatever, and from the very beginning, she's like trying to use all these stupid little rules to fuck with our main couple and get them kicked out somehow. Like what do you think you're doing, Karen? You are not running like a freaking retirement community. You can't just like evict someone because you don't like them or something. Like this is so stupid. But anyway, so the best scene is when the rest of the association is just like, actually, Karen, you're the problem, goodbye, and they kick her ass out. That was so good. And I was thinking, you know, there could have been a better version of this movie if you did like the Joker version of Karen. And I want to be clear, some people like Joker for the wrong reasons, and I want to be clear, since I am a white guy wearing a red hat talking about opinions on the internet, I feel like some people misinterpret some things. But no, I think there could have been an interesting story where we are focused on the villain and sort of just showing them warts and all. And I think there would have been a really interesting character study there of this woman who like just is a horrible person, but basically kind of through karma gets life handed back to her. You know what I mean? Like that scene where she gets kicked out, I was like, this is good, actually. Like there could have been something interesting there if it was well thought out and, you know, had its statements in the right place. I think you could have made a good Karen movie, but this ain't it. For the concept, I'm gonna give Karen a 1 out of 5. Because, oh my god, they really didn't even try, did they? For execution, I'm also gonna give it a 1 out of 5, because once again, they really didn't try, did they? For entertainment value, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I had some chuckles, there were some moments, some of Karen's lines were just so, like, facepalm cringe hilarious to me. And I mean, for that alone, I'd say it's worth a watch, but this isn't going to go down as one of those like cult bad movies that's just fun to make fun of. It's simply not that good. For my personal grade, I'm gonna give Karen a 1 out of 5 because it was awful. But what did you guys think? I would love to know. If you didn't waste your time on this movie, I do not blame you. But again, if you can go in with the right mindset and know what trash you're getting, there's maybe enough for 82 minutes. Just barely. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it as always. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Letterboxd for more movie recommendations. If you are not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, stalk my channel, come back every day, and I hope to have some fresh content for you. That's it for this video, but I won't stop you from watching another.